The following is just a brief outline of the connection between Christianity, Judaism and the Zoroastrian religion. Zoroastrianism is one of the world's oldest religions, ascribed to the teachings of the Persian prophet Zoroaster, or Zarathustra, in the 6th century BC. His writings, along with those of his followers, are included in the Avesta. Zoroaster saw life as a perpetual fight between the powers of good and evil. Its beliefs include the maxims: good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. There is only one path, and that is the path of truth. Do the right thing because it is the right thing to do, and then all beneficial rewards will come to you also. It is the aspects of this religion, such as messianism, heaven, hell, and free will, which have influenced other religions, including Second Temple Judaism, Gnosticism, and Christianity. Zoroastrianism was the official religion of the Persian Empire, until it was suppressed from the 7th century AD onwards, following the Muslim conquest of Persia. Due to persecution, many Zoroastrians subsequently moved to India, where they are now known as the Parsis. To move now west to the Holy Land, and to go back to the time after the reign of David, the king of Judea. The country had subsequently become a tributary in turn of Egypt, Assyria, and Babylon, whose king Nebuchadnezzar captured Jerusalem in the year 586 BC, destroyed the temple, and carried the leading inhabitants of Judah into captivity. This captivity lasted almost 50 years, during which time the compilation and transcription of the scriptures began, and the Jewish religion crystallized into rigidity. The Babylonian captivity ended when Cyrus, king of Persia, overthrew the Babylonians in 539 BC, and allowed the Jews to return home and rebuild the temple. Consequently, he is mentioned with admiration in the Bible, and was celebrated for his justice, nobility, and military exploits. To quote from the 1st chapter of the book of Ezra: Now in the 1st year of Cyrus king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus saith Cyrus king of Persia, The Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Who is there among you of all his people? His God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build the house of the Lord God of Israel. He is the God which is in Jerusalem. However, not all the Jews wanted to go home. In the years of exile, the adaptable Jewish people had established themselves in Mesopotamia, settling there and engaging in business and even in politics. Many Jews, while remaining devout, did not go back to their homeland. They carried on their lives in their new home, and as the Persian Empire consolidated its rule, some Jews even rose to high positions of service in the imperial court. There are many things within the Jewish faith which can be seen to be connected with Zoroastrian ideas. One of the most visible changes after the exile is the emergence of a Jewish idea of heaven, hell, and the afterlife. Before the exile and Persian contact, Jews believed that the souls of the dead went to a dull, Hades-like place called Sheol. After the exile, the idea of an afterlife with heavenly rewards for the good and hellish punishment for the bad appears in Judaism. One of the words for heaven in the Bible is paradise, a word which came from the ancient Iranian language and means enclosed garden. The conquests of Alexander the Great in the 4th century BC created a Greek-based culture in which people, goods and ideas could circulate from southern Europe through the Middle East all the way to Iran and India, and vice versa. It was in this cosmopolitan Hellenistic world that Jews and Persians had further contact, and the Zoroastrian influence in Judaism became much stronger. This influence is clearly visible in the later Jewish writings such as the Book of Daniel and the Book of the Maccabees, which were written in the 2nd century BC. I hope in the future to produce a further item on the Zoroastrian connection, featuring the Magi, better known as the 3 wise men in the Christmas story.